Well, welcome to day 4 of this 21-day Pilates challenge. I've been doing these challenges for a few years now, and day 4 is a day that I see attendance drop quite a bit. And that is a common theme because we haven't developed a habit yet. And when we come to things and think that we have to do all of it and have to do it perfectly, our brain gets this sort of negative association with it, and we tend to back off and not do it at all. So, I want you to try to come to this challenge in a different way. I want you to reward yourself for even just showing up, sitting on your mat, pressing play, even if you make through 5 minutes of it. Congratulate yourself for that because you got through that. Okay. Especially if you're just starting out and you're trying to get into a routine, it's challenging to do 20 to 30 minutes every day when you're not used to doing it. So allow yourself the grace to do what you can. Okay. And if some of these moves are challenging for you, do what you can. Go back to an exercise that feels good, that you like doing. And you're going to build up that endurance. You're going to build up that strength and consistency. And in time, you're going to surprise yourself when an exercise that seemed very challenging before, all of a sudden you can do it. Okay. And that's because you showed up and you gave yourself the grace to do it the way you can and the way that you feel good doing. Okay. So we're at day 4 and we're going to work with the magic circle today. So go ahead, grab your circle. If you don't have a circle, again, you could do this without props. Okay. You can even do a TheraBand, a band, and just simulate what the circle is doing. On some of these, you won't be able to, but it's okay. Really, this magic circle gets you in tune with muscles that you want to do eventually without the props. So it's okay to practice without the props too. Okay. So we're going to start lying down on our backs. And so today we're going to work in what I call the bath muscles, which is your butt, abs, thighs, and hips. And I have a whole video explaining this. So if you want to check that out first, you can do that and then come to this workout. Or you can do the workout and check it out after. All right, so I'm putting my right leg into it, and it's right sort of above the ankle. Okay, and then I want you to just lie down. So take your hand and rest it right behind your seat and hamstring, sort of like big muscle right there. Seat meets hamstring. And then what I want you to do is when you press down on the circle, can you ignite those muscles and press down from there? So you're not pressing down from the ankle or the knee. We really want to get into those muscles that attach to your seat. When you do that, your abs will automatically work. And it's not about how hard you're pressing the circle down. Pretty much if you're pressing all the way down, you're in superficial muscles, okay? If you're in the right muscles, it's not about how much you squeeze. Good. All right, and then we're gonna switch sides. And all you have to do is just come up and switch. So I'm gonna put my left ankle. All right, for me, my left leg doesn't like to work as much as my right, so it takes a while to get those muscles woken up and working. So you're just pressing down. Take your hands right where the seat meets the hamstring. So my first few, the muscle doesn't even ignite. They like to be so sleepy and dormant. You might feel the same way on one side or the other. Just know it's common, and that's why we're doing this. There go my muscles. So if you want to press pause and just work on the side that is a little bit harder, you can do that. But did you see how you had to actually wake up the muscle and put your mind and connect it to that? So we're going to create new neural pathways that say, hey, to move my leg, I'm going to move from here. That's strength right there. All right, when you feel like you've got it, awesome job. You'll grab your circle. We're going to go down onto our mat, and let's just place the circle in between our ankles now. Hug those thighs into you. What you're going to do is you're going to take your hands, you're going to place them right underneath your hips, and then lift your head, neck, and shoulders. So you're going to look right in between your thighs. And then all I want you to do is press those legs out and pull them back in. So as you press out, can you find those muscles you just woke up? So instead of locking the knees out and working from the quads, I want you to try to find those hip muscles where the seat meets the hamstring, even on the sides of the legs. And of course, your abs are working. If you want a little bit more challenge, you can take the hands behind the head and do it from there. Do two more. You're going to keep those legs out there and then just give little squeezes. Wake up those inner thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, hello. I think we're woken up. Yes. Okay. So let's start with our 100. So what you're going to do is you're going to take both legs up onto that circle and lie down. All right. So now what we want to be careful of is that we don't let our legs get heavy and sink that circle. See how that happened? So when you're like that, it's probably nothing going on in those abs. We want to feel as if we're levitating these legs. Okay. So right where the seat meets the hamstrings, let's ignite those. Squeeze your legs together. And now if you draw your abdominals in and really connect, can you feel yourself levitating those legs as they reach from your center? They squeeze together, right? Now let everything go. Feel that difference? Now squeeze together, draw your belly in, and try to levitate the legs from your center, from the seat, hamstrings, all those back muscles. Yeah? And release. So I want you to try that one more time. You can keep doing this if you want, or you can try to stay here and just breathe a few breaths. If you want to go into the full 100, we flex up and we take an inhale and an exhale. Okay, wherever you want to work from. So you want to keep that circle as open as possible. Keep it a circle, right? Squeeze the hips together and try not to let the circle shimmy and shake. Are your seat and hamstrings on or did they turn off? Come on, keep it on. Keep reaching from your center. Squeeze those thighs together. And then release it down. Let it go. Do you feel the difference? All right, so now what I want you to do is try to levitate, reach it here. Now, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try not to let our legs lift when we come up. All right, so try to keep them down into that circle. We're going to roll up. And as you get through, try not to let the legs lift. Oh, mine totally did. How did you do? It's hard, right? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the circle in between our heels. So place that circle down on the mat and then flex your feet. And now what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze into that circle and find your hips again. So you want to squeeze your seat, find the seat and hamstrings, pull together, flex the feet. And now we're going to roll back. And as you roll back, you're pulling back with your center like we've been doing. And I want you to take it all the way down. Try not to let the circle slide with you too much. And then reach it back. All right, so now we're going to roll up. So I want you to squeeze the circle, find your seat, hamstrings, heels down. We're going to curl ourselves up. And as you curl up, squeeze that circle, keep the heels down. And then we want to try to squeeze our seat. This is where you need your seat. You need to squeeze the seat and hips to help bring your body over. And then we roll back. Again, in that sticky part, squeeze the circle, reach through the arches, and bring it down. Try that again. So there's a sticky point where if you work through and you don't use your seat, everything slides forward in one unit. See how that happens? If I'm not using my seat and hips, watch what happens. My legs just slide with me. There's no opposition, there's no engagement. Again, if I don't, see how they just reach with me? They slide back with me. So you want to squeeze the circle, the seat, the hips, use those back muscles. And I'm really using those hip muscles to lift up and over. And yes, you're going to slide a little bit, but I'm trying to more so bring my body over my legs. And then as I roll back, there's that opposition. They're reaching away. Hips are working to bring it down. All right, so try about two more wherever you're working from. You can even do half rollbacks if you don't want to do the full one. Try not to get aggravated. And if you're new to Pilates, just move. All right. We're aiming towards all of this. There's nothing perfect about it. And nothing super serious. Have fun. All right. Stay there and roll it up. Good job. Okay. So now I'm going to place my left ankle on that circle and bring it down. And again, find the seat and hamstring. So press down just a little bit to ignite those muscles. Put your hand there and take the other leg up. All right. Now, what we're going to try to do is keep that bottom leg super stable as we give 5 circles. And the leg that's circling, you're circling from the femur, from that thigh bone. We know those muscles now because we activated them in the beginning of class. Now circle the other way. Good job. Now just hug that leg to give it a little relief. Stretch the leg long. Okay, so now we want to try not to let this leg that's on the circle lift. So we come up, ignite the seat and hamstring. Oh, to come up. Good job. All right, and again, if it doesn't work, who cares? It's about having fun too, okay? Play with it. See what your body can do today. All right, so again, I'm going to find my seat and hamstring, stabilize that circle, and then 5 circles each way as I really focus on stabilizing. And as I stabilize, it's really getting in tune with all those back muscles. And to circle that leg, that thigh bone, I'm working from the back muscles as well. Breathe. That first class, we really focused on breath, right? Try not to forget that. I'm not going to cue it all the time because I want other things to be worked on. But don't forget about that 360-degree breath. When I really think about it, my body moves better. So we're all human. We forget. So try to think about it when you can. Okay? All right. So from here, we're going to do a little rolling like a ball action. So if you have bad knees, I wouldn't do this. Just do a regular rolling like a ball. But you want to place that ring behind your ankles and right underneath your seat, kind of right where the seat and hamstring meet. I love this exercise because it really lets you know if you're working from your feet or from your center. So we want to keep holding this circle, the heels into the seat. So as we go back, our seat bones, so our butt bones, are following our heels. Quite often what I see is the heels reaching away first. You know if you're doing that if you lose your circle. So we want to try to keep this ball shape. So the heels keep pulling into the seat, but the seat pulls up to the ceiling. How'd you do? Good? All right. So let's put that circle away for a sec. We're going to roll back. Give me your single leg stretch. Pull, 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 pull. So we need those back muscles working as the leg reaches and pulls in, right? We're going to go right into our double leg stretch. So keep the chest where it is and pull it in. Nice, long, strong arms. And again, we squeeze the hips. We pull in. We squeeze and pull in. One more time. And now we'll do single straight leg. Pull, pull. So it's the femur bones going past each other, right? So you got to get into the seat and hamstring. Do you feel those muscles support you? 4, 3, 2, 1. Now squeeze those thighs together. Reach them away from you, from your center, like we did in the beginning of class. They reach away. The hips are involved. The abs are involved. The seat's involved. Good job. And then get it in. I want you to grab your circle. I have to get up and over there. All right. And then I want you to push your left foot down on the mat and take your right up into you. And then all we're going to do is take our left elbow into that circle. All right. And take your hands behind your head. So I want you to push the foot that's into the mat, really push into the mat. You feel your seat and hamstring on that side. And now we're going to pull our elbow and our thigh into each other as we lift up. Do you feel those muscles? Now just pulse it there. Leg and arm pulling into each other to feel those centered muscles. Your opposite foot keeps pressing down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, hello. Other side. Leg up. Push this foot down. Ignite there. That's your stabilization right there. All right. So then we put in the thigh and then hook over. Now, elbow and thigh into each other. Feel that? Now pulse it. Make sure this opposite leg stays ignited from the seat and hamstring as well. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. All right, want to do full version now? All right, let's see how we do. Crossover. You feel those crossover muscles? Legs are active. 5, 4, 3, up and over, 2, and 1, and bring it in. Beautiful job. All right, let's come up. So for the past few days, I've been talking about this lift in the spine stretch forward. So let's get our legs into a V, and let's get our circle in front of us. Hands on top of that circle. So what you want to do is you're holding the circle from your arm muscles, which are attached to your back. So I want you to press that circle down from your back muscles. All right. As you press down, can you lift up and release? Feel your seat and hamstring as well. Help with that lift. Reach through the arches. Feel that? Release. Press down, get tall, reach through your arches. Come on, find your seat. Can your seat lift you more? And release. One more time. Now, can you hold it? Keep that lift as you just dive yourself forward, but you're keeping your lift really lifting long in that front of the belly, and then come back up. And press down to lift, and then dive as you keep that lift. Arms stay on your back. The press down of the circle comes from those back muscles. Keep those back muscles ignited as you keep that lift. Oh, so much going on. Good job. All right, so let's turn to our stomach now, and we're going to bring our circle with us. All right, how you doing? So now we're going to take our arms in front of us. Our legs are long. And again, our arms are on our back. Legs long, pubic bone down. So as you press down on that circle with your back muscles, your chest is going to lift and press forward. And then we go down. So you're not just pressing the circle down. You want to push down as you lift up. And they equally work against each other. And then lower down. And inhale up. And down. Your feet are anchored, your pubic bone's down, and you're really pulling that center in to help lift you, just like we've been doing the last 3 days. Spin those inner thighs up. Make sure you're not turning out your legs. Okay, you're going to do 2 more. And 1 more time. That magic circle just magically lifts you. Good, and lower down. So I want to make sure you weren't overusing that prop and that you were actually using your muscles. So take your arms out to the side like an airplane. I'm going to squeeze my thighs together here. Anchor the feet, pubic bone, draw the center in. Now you're going to start to lift. You're levitating like you did with the circle. And see how your arms on your back can help lift you. And then just slightly pull those pinkies towards one another to lift higher. And then lower it down. So the arms on your back help to lift you. And then as you anchor your legs more, squeeze them together, find the seat and hamstring to help lift you. You see how you can get more lift? Because everything's working together. Inhale, pinkies towards one another as you lift more. And 1 more time. Beautiful. All right, let's come up to our elbows. Let your legs have a little distance between them. So the center lifts, chest pulls forward. We've done this. Now find your seat and hamstring on your left leg. You feel it? And help see how it levitates your leg a little bit as you squeeze and lift. Maybe try it on the right side. You're not overlifting. You're just igniting the muscles to help reach that leg. All right. And if your leg doesn't lift, that's fine. So now left leg, we levitate. Keep it so you're almost like you're trying to fold your femur bone in half. Pull, pull. Do you feel your seat and hamstring do that? Other side. Keep switching. Now, if you're not in the seat and hamstring, what tends to happen is we kick with the whole body. All right? If you find those seat and hamstrings and really stabilize with them, you can keep your upper body stabilized. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. All right, let's just sit it back for a sec. Good. How you doing? All right. So now we're going to take that circle onto the outer edges of our feet. Before we did the inner edges, now we go outer, and your circle is going to stay parallel with the floor. Okay, so it's nice and flat. Press out with the hips. Got that? And lift tall. So if you had troubles with your roll up, I want you to stay with the roll up. If you want a little extra challenge, you're going to do the neck pull. So we're going to roll back, push out with that circle, find your hips, and find a lying down position. Hands behind the head. So my hands are going to stay behind my head. If you had trouble with the roll up, your arms are going to come forward to help you come up, okay? So push out with that circle, find those hips. We're going to start to roll up. So take an inhale and exhale. Oh yeah. Dive it up and over those thighs. 2, 3, and then we roll up. We find that reach we did in the spine stretch forward. And then use your center to help pull you back. Squeeze out of that circle with your hips. See how they help you? And then over again. And up. And reach through those arches. Press out. One more time. Good. Come up. And pull it back. Beautiful job. Those are not easy. All right, we're going to take that circle and place it on your outer knees. Your knees, not your thighs. All right, get your legs ready for some hip rolls. We're going to roll the hips up. Now, as you're up here, do you feel all those awesome back muscles working? That's what I want you to feel. All right, now roll it down. Keep active. And roll it up. See how strong you feel when all of those muscles are ignited? And even though you're pressing out and finding those outer hips, your inner thighs are even working too. Let's do one more. Now, of course, we always want to take the prop away and see if we're still using all those muscles. So I want you to try to feel the same engagement. See how strong you can feel. Right leg reaches, and we point up and flex down for 3, 2, 1, and bring it in. Good. All right, other side. Reach, point, flex for 3, 2, and 1. Come here and roll it down through your spine as you hug those thighs into you. We come on up, we sit tall. All right, now squeeze those legs together. If you have a hard time squeezing them, you can put the circle like we did in the beginning and do it that way with your heels in. Take your arms out to the sides. Now squeeze your hips, seat to get your lift, and we rotate it for 3, 2, 1. You're rotating from your spine, from your waist. 3, 2, 1. Find those hip muscles, seat muscles, hamstrings. Is that all active? Good. One more time. And come to center and release. Good job. All right, we're going to go to our side. So we're going to take our legs into that pike position we've been doing. You're going to place one side on your upper ankle. So it's not really on my ankle bone. It's more a little bit above. All right, and then line up your elbow, shoulder, and hip. Okay. Now in this pike position, I want you to find your center. Okay. So now I'm anchoring my bottom leg. And as I anchor my bottom leg, I'm going to push down with the top. As you push down, I don't want you to push down with your ankle or your knee. I want you to find those hip muscles. So press down. And did you feel that? Did it ignite up there? That's what I want. Press. And as you're anchoring that bottom leg, it still has a pull in to the circle. You have to anchor but pull in, and that's going to get all the hips working as well. Play with it. It's not about smushing it, right? It's really coming from the hip. And if you're doing it that way, you're not going to be able to smush much. Smush, my Pilates term. Good. Awesome. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to switch it up, and we're going to go into the circle, and we're going to try to pull it out. Okay. So you're anchoring the bottom leg, and we're going to try to pull out again from the hip, not the knee. If you're feeling your knee, you know you're not pulling from the right place. So my left side is on top. This is the one that doesn't like to work very well. So I have to really almost soften my knee, but not soften it where it bends. Sometimes I see when I say soften, the knee goes. So if softening doesn't work for you, just find what you need to do to really make the hip pull it out. And that bottom leg is pulling in opposition. Yeah, good. All right, so then I'm going to take this leg on top and then just tap forward and tap behind. And I want it really to come from the hip, and the leg just really comes along for the ride. Good. One more each side. Ooh, awesome. Give yourself a little side bend. Love it. All right, other side. So we're going to go ankle, right above the ankle, right above the ankle. Line yourself up, elbow, shoulder, hip. Okay. And then as that bottom leg's anchored, we press down with our hip. Play with it a little bit so it's not the ankle and the knee. It's very easy to do it that way. If I was pressing down with my ankle, look at this, I can just go forever. Oh, it's so easy. But really concentrating on those muscles we woke up today. It's not about squeezing it, right? It feels magical. Magic circle feels magical when you can get into those muscles and into your ab muscles. So it's those back muscles again, even though we're on our side. And my bottom leg is anchoring, but it's also giving a little pull up. So when you anchor and pull at the same time, you're going to ignite those bottom hip muscles. And just play with it. If you don't feel it today, that's fine. Just know Pilates isn't easy. So if it feels easy, it's like, okay, what am I not connected to? Yeah. All right. When you feel like you got those, let's switch it up. Oh, oh, there we go. And we pull away. This elbow likes to slide forward and then I'm out of alignment. So check and make sure you have your torso in alignment too if you have a chance. And see, as I was talking and not paying attention, I was pulling with my knee. Hip. Keep reminding your brain. Your brain has to tell those muscles to work. It's all connected, mind, body. Love Pilates, don't you? So by doing this work, when we do the exercises without the prop, hopefully you then can remember the sensation and know that all the lifts and movement come from these movements. Relax your feet. Sometimes they like to tense up. All right. Forward. Ooh, that's cool. I just felt those muscles. Oh my word. That was awesome. Like my leg just levitated from there. Yes, we smack our booties in this class. Release. Good job. All right, give yourself a little side bend. Okay, we're gonna do a little teaser action. Okay, so we can do teaser many ways. Step one is we can put our well, we can do an inner or outer. I'll do inner ankle. So what you can do is we're going to do a little rolling like a ball. So the circle stays in between to help activate our inner thighs. Our inner thighs are part of this equation. So we grow back and then we come up and then just reach the legs from the hips. Do you feel the hips working? All right. And you can take them to your bottom part of your leg is that if that's better for you. Okay. So you have those. I'll do one more. So keep doing those if you want. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you're going to keep those legs straight. We're going to reach our arms and we're going to roll back. The legs stay there and we come up. Arms lift. We go back and up. One more time. And now let's switch it up. Keep those inner thighs working even though the circle's not there. All right. And now legs down, up. And now everything together. We go down. We come up. down, up. One more. And we release it down. Awesome job. All right. We have a little extension to do after all that flexion. We're going to do a little swimming with the circle. All right. So arms on there. Just levitate yourself up and levitate those legs. And then just kick those legs for me as you press that chest open. And try not to smush the circle. Can you keep that circle open? Spin those inner thighs up. Keep breathing. You want to try to lift an arm off that circle. And release it down. Release that circle. Sit it back, tuck those toes. Remember, we end standing. Good job on that. Click those heels together. Roll it up. You're going to lose me. Just give yourself a little Pilates stance here. Give me a side bend over. Do that same side again. Really lift up and out of the waist. Make the waist do it, not your arm. One more time. We go up and over. Good. Switch sides. And lift up and over. Come on, really find that length, even though you're flexing over. One more time. Cool. Both arms up, circle them around. Now squeeze your hips. Find those seat muscles or back muscles as you go down. Right? Are they all engaged? See how they help you up? And then just circle it around. Oh, we did it. Good job. Little circle action. Hopefully you feel good. Hopefully they help to wake up those dormant muscles. I know for me, I have to constantly think about it. My joints like to take over, and that's very common with all of us. So in order to help your low back, in order to help hip, knee, ankle pain, this is a great workout to keep coming back to, just to make sure we're working from our muscles. And the strongest muscles we have are those seat muscles, and they are the laziest because we sit for a large portion of our days and those muscles have forgotten how to work. So come to this as often as you want, get those muscles working, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 5. All right, see ya.